Ciao a tutti, benvenuti alla seconda settimana del nostro corso. Welcome to week 2. Here I am in Blackboard and in my office. So I wanted to give you a few reminders and follow up on some comments I've had from you all this week. First of all, don't forget to sign up for the partner sign-up sheet. So once you've established your partner, come here in week 1, scroll down to the partner sign-up, which will take you to our wiki, and you can edit the wiki content. Once you click on edit, it'll bring you inside of the wiki, and you can add you and your partner's name to this list. So that was the first thing. Also, there have been quite a few questions about iLearn this week, and I just wanted to clarify that you don't need to do any recorded exercises in iLearn. Those exercises that are listed in your weekly activities, the partner work in Salve, notice it's partner work in Salve textbook. So those speaking activities, you don't have to record anywhere. Those are just for your own practice to get you ready for the midterm, and also just it's the only real live interactive speaking practice you get since this is an online course. So definitely do them, but they don't have to be recorded in iLearn. Also in iLearn, only do the activities with a deadline listed. I notice a few people are going through all the activities and getting pretty overwhelmed. If there's no date listed, then you don't actually have to do the activity. I also wanted to share with you Forvo, which is a great resource if you haven't already discovered it. Let's see, a word in Italian, you might want to know the pronunciation of, let's see, cinque. Okay, so you put in your word and you click on the word, and it takes you to a list of sample pronunciations. Cinque, so it tells you how to pronounce the word. It is good to pay attention to where the people are from. Every once in a while, there'll be a word that's the same in Spanish and English. For example, let's put in cena. If we click on cena, you have a mail from Argentina, so you know that's the Spanish version. Cena, so it's that flat sound. Whereas if you scroll down a little farther, cena pronunciation in Italian, you hear that ch sound, that's the CE combination, cena. So just make sure you're paying attention to which language you're listening to, because many of the Romance languages have cognates that look exactly the same, but are pronounced quite differently. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be doing in week 2. Andiamo alla pagina 18. Nella pagina 18 abbiamo il vocabolario della città e potete sentire tutte le parole.
Una strada, un tram.
So again, we have all the vocabulary words we can listen to, all the vocabulary you need to talk about living in your city. So hopefully this will help you get ready for your second video log. And also here on page 20, every chapter has a different section that has a different region highlighted. So these are interesting. Some of you are actually in Italy, and this information will be less, you might already know some of this, but if you're not in Italy, you haven't had the chance, first these informazioni sections, these give you little tidbits about Italian culture, life in Italy. This one is about different areas of the city, different services available in the city, and then every chapter highlights a different region from around Italy. So take the time to read those. They're interesting and fun. That was my cell phone. I think I'll turn that off. Okay, and la pagina 21, the verb essere. This is our first verb that we'll be working with. Essere, to be. And one of the first things that you're going to notice about Italian verbs is that each person has a conjugation. If you think of a verb in English like sing, I sing, you sing, they sing, he sings, a little bit different, but you don't see a lot of variation from person to person, from subject to subject, based on, you don't see a lot of variation. The verb doesn't change much, but in Italian, it does change quite a bit. So you'll see io sono, tu sei, lui è, lei è, noi siamo, voi siete, and loro sono. So they sound quite different. The handy thing about this is that you don't often have to state the pronoun. If I just say sono la professoressa, everybody knows that sono is probably me. It could be them, but you can probably figure out from the contents. Or tu sei, there's only one possibility. Sei is always going to be grouped with you. So a lot of times, unless there's some kind of a doubt whether sono is between me and them, then the pronoun will be just dropped. It doesn't make sense in English. You can't just say play or are. If you say it without the subject, it doesn't make any sense. But in Italian, if the context is enough, or if it's one of the conjugations that is unique to that subject, then you can actually drop the pronoun. So I guess that's handy. What else did I want to mention? Also the formal and informal. Tu sei, that tu is the familiar you. So you would use that when you're talking with friends, people you know, other young people. I always revert to the lei when I'm talking to people I don't know, the formal you, because you never know. Some people might be offended that you speak to them on such familiar terms. In general, with young people, it's okay just to go with tu. I usually start with lei and let them correct me if they want me to address them in the informal you. There's also the plural of those, so you, singular, or you guys, familiar plural. And our book presents loro as the plural of you formal, but that's pretty outdated. I think maybe the older generations it's more common, but especially with young people, you don't hear that much in spoken Italian anymore. We also have, let's see, I wanted to show you a couple examples. So let's look at the verb sono. Io sono la professoressa. Io sono la professoressa. If I want to make that a negative, you put the no just before the verb, and that's it. Io non sono la professoressa. So that's how you make a sentence negative. It's quite easy. If I want to make it a question, io sono la professoressa, I just add the question mark. And in the speaking, I just add that kind of it goes up at the end. Io sono la professoressa. Oops, forgot an A there. Okay, so that's how you change a statement into a question or make a statement negative. A couple other things. Let's go back to our book. I think it's on page 22. Okay, so if we scroll down, we have c'è and ci sono. So in English, if we put there before is or are, we get there is, there are, obviously. In Italian, you actually use the condensed construction c'è or ci sono. So anytime you, in your head, are hearing there is or there are, just remember you're going to replace it with c'è and ci sono. For like the examples from the textbook, c'è la metropolitana a Roma? How would you answer that? Sì, c'è la metropolitana a Roma. You can see the exact question, just like I showed you previously. If you take out the question mark and put a period, there you have your answer. What if I wanted to make it negative? I put the no right before the verb. Non c'è la metropolitana a Roma. Another example they give, oggi ci sono 18 studenti. What if I wanted to make that statement negative? I could just put the no in front of the verb. Oggi non ci sono 18 studenti. And what if I wanted to make it a question mark? Change my intonation. Oggi ci sono 18 studenti. So that is sort of a mini Italian lesson for this week. Let's just quickly look at what else we have in store. So we have the readings in the textbook, the partner work, the iLearn homework is listed on the iLearn site. And you'll also be doing a follow-up from the video log from week 1. You're going to do post a response here in week 2. So you'll go in and create a response, and there's some guidelines posted in week 1 for responding, and I will go ahead and grade your response. And here is your instructions for that. Okay? I hope this video has been useful. Grazie e arrivederci. Ciao.